I'm Perry and I live on a narrowboat. I car camp, have an allotment that I'm not very good at. I'm a creative soul and this is my life in a teacup. And relax. Ooh. So, it's still Sunday the 14th of July. I'm saying still because I mention it in one of the videos that are attached to this. What I've done videos over a couple of days, just little short ones of what I'm doing in the van. And I've sort of cobbled them together, edited them together. Edited is iMovie, edited. Still, I'll let you think that I'm editing. I've cobbled them all together and they follow this. But one thing, when I'm looking at them and making sure they're all right, I noticed when I'm sort of turning like this or I'm pointing to something or whatever, I noticed on one of them, because of the way the light's shining in, I've got this brown line all the way around here. So I've got like a brownish face, a brown suntan face, and it stops here. Like, you know, when someone doesn't do their makeup properly and they sort of finish it here and they forget about the neck. Well, I can promise you it's not. That's not what it is. It's not makeup. I have never worn face makeup in my life. I mean, maybe I should start now, but I never have done. I remember watching my mum putting it on. I don't know if anybody remembers something called pound stick. Oh, it was horrible stuff. She used to dab it on. And of course, while they call it concealer and all of that these days and blah, blah, I mean, she used to use this tube of gloop that I used to call it, because I'm sorry, ladies, if you wear, you know, makeup and things, but I just don't like it. Oh, and guys wear makeup too, you know. It's just not for me. I know I could do with it, but that's another story. So yeah, if you see this line, you probably won't notice it now that I've said it. Every video I do, you're going to be looking for this line. I can promise you it's suntan. It's not, because I'm not one that lies out in the sun, so I'm sort of not led there with the sun gleaming, you know, all over my neck. I'm sort of like this most of the time, so it just hits me smack in the face, and I've got this natural brown line, so I can promise you it's not where I've not made up my face properly. Cheers. So, how's everybody? I hope you've had a really good weekend. I hope you've done something interesting. If you've been allotmenteering or boating or van camping or car camping, oh, do let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. Progress has been quite good. I've worked really hard this week. I did take Friday out. I went to get the paint for the inside of the van on Friday, and I took time out because I was absolutely knackered. I mean, it's just me doing it, and I'm lifting all these planks of wood, panels of wood and everything, you know. So, and every time, I think, like I've said in one of the videos, because I'm working in my car park, when the evenings, when the day is over, and I'm coming back home to the boat, I can't just leave it all there like you would in a garage or something. I've got to pack it all away, so I have to unload and load and unload, and the panels have to come out and they have to go back in again. But you'll see the progress on this, so I won't babble on anymore. It's just to let you, you know, just to introduce these ones that are coming up. Hope you enjoy them. I've not said this for a while. Don't forget to subscribe. Press the notification bell. And if anybody's got any questions or anything, do ask. I'm quite upfront, and I'll usually answer, you know, things that people might ask. And that's it. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Is it coming home? By the time this uploads, it'll either be home or be in Spain, one of the two. So good luck, guys. I'm not that into football, but you know, let's get a bit of pride back, I suppose. Come on, England. He that I mentioned in video, he's Scottish, of course. He's he's banking on Spain. See ya. Bye. Good morning. Well, I come down this morning. Oh, I jumped down the van yesterday. I didn't notice it at the time, but I think I've sprained my knee a little bit. But nothing stops me. So I've come down this morning and I've taken all the screws out of the floor, getting ready to lift the floor up. And there's about 5 screws that won't come out. Also on the metal strip, the metal edging on both at the back door and the side door, there's 2 screws in the back door area strip that won't come up either. So I was thinking of all sorts. I thought, I'm going to have to get a drill and drill it out and do all of that, and that's fine. And then I managed to get one piece of flooring up. So there's the piece of wood that came up, and look what's underneath. another panel of wood. Now under there, I would imagine that there is bare metal, but I've made a decision, mainly because I can't be bothered, and I'm not living in this van full time. I'm not living in it in the winter. It's mainly for sort of spring through autumn and very, very early winter. So that piece of wood that you've seen that I've just taken up, that's going back down. It's all being screwed back in again, and I'm leaving the floor as it is. It's 2 lots of quite thick ply. I mean, I'd give it half an inch, maybe even more. And both sheets are about half an inch each. So that's an inch of ply that's down on the floor. And I mean, the wood is warm anyway. There's not a sign of damp or anything that might have rotten in the past with previous owners, or the previous owner if they put the wood down. I'm leaving it as it is. So I should finish my cup of tea. I should put that bit of wood back down. I should drill all the holes back in. And my sound deadening's arrived, so I should go and get that in a sec. Speak to you later. Morning. So I think it's day 3. I didn't do much yesterday because the rain was just torrential, and every time I went in and out of the van it got wet. But I did screw the floor back down, as you know. Now a friend of mine has suggested, who's also converted vans, that those panels I spoke about would be better coming out. So I've ordered a tool that I should pick up today that would take those little black grommety things out so that I can get behind and insulate it and put the sound deadening on, all that sort of stuff. But look, so I'm going to do the walls and the roof today with this sound deadening. Now, Dodo mat, not getting paid for them. I'm not even recommending them. The reason I'm using these is because a lot of other people do. I mean, I don't know any different, and they're so easy. So let's crack on. I'll put some up on the ceiling. Hello. Right, so the first one's going to go up on this panel here that you can see. So I'm just peeling off. I've already measured and I know it sticks, and it's all been cleaned. Now unfortunately I can't, it's difficult doing it from this angle. Hopefully, yay. Now I've got those rollers. I've left them back on the boat. You know that you see them where you sort of roller it, but I'm hoping that just by putting pressure in the right spaces that it will do its job. I think it will. So that's the first one going up. I'll crack on. I can maybe go back and get the roller later on and just roller them all before I actually put up the board and insulating. So first one on the roof. I have done one already just to test it, which is on the wall there. That went on really simply. For these panels, they're a bit smaller, so I'll have to sort of cut those down. Oh, I don't know, they might fit. I'll have a look. But yeah, so I'll show you the results later. Well, I'm just finishing off a cup of tea. There's a surprise. It's surprising I get any work done with the amount of times I stop for tea. So, yes, look, I'll just tip that up there so you can see that I've done all the ceiling. You don't have to cover everything as long as you have the strips on. You don't have to sort of cover each piece fully. So I've had to cut some of the strips obviously to tie in to match, and then I've had to move everything over the other side, and you can see there that I've done those panels there. The other thing I've just realised, I forgot to take the panels off of the doors. That's the side door, so they'll come off later on, and I'll do those. And then all I've got to do now is that. So what I'm going to do is I will try and time lapse this doing that, so you can see that I am actually doing it. Still don't want to take these boards off because they're nicely fitted, but I have been advised, like I said earlier, that I've got to do it. So I'll finish my cup of tea, I'll crack on with this, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. This is so easy, I don't think I'll have to time lapse it. I just didn't want to bore you to death. But yeah, now, like I said earlier, you don't need to cover the whole of the panel. You just need to put a good strip down. So these panels here, they're a little bit smaller. Oh, that one will fit. So I'll pop that one in there. Now, I bought a box of 40 of these, and I think altogether it was just under £50, I think, for the 40. Now, I don't think for 1 minute I'm going to use them all, but I'd rather be over than under. Right, so, isn't it, I can't get over how big this is. This one's going to need cutting, so what I'll probably do is sort of cut it in half. Just an ordinary pair of scissors, nothing special, and I'm just going to cut it more or less in half and stick those on as strips. Now, good old YouTube taught me how to do it. There's not much to it really, but I watched loads of, like I said, loads of van people on YouTube putting on these deadening panels, and I know I'm doing it the right way. So put another piece down at the bottom. Yeah, don't think we need time lapse, do you, with how quick these are going on? I have treated the walls all nice and clean and grease free, so I've done that because obviously you don't want the sticky coming off. And I am going to come back later with one of these rollers just to make sure that there are no air gaps and everything's in. Tidy up my rubbish. Hi peeps, just finishing off actually my cuppa. So where are we today? It is Thursday the 11th of July. I'm not as far along with the van as I thought I would be. Though I only started on Monday, so you know, I just thought I'd be finished by now. In another world maybe, in another time. But I have done, you can see that, look, I've done all the insulation, so I'm pleased about that. So it's got its deadening panels on, it's got the insulation on, and then the aluminium tape that you put on to hide all the joins. So I've done that. I'll do the other side later. I'll crack on with that. Maybe I'll leave that till tomorrow, because do you remember I kept banging on about the panels, these, like those door panels? Well, that one has actually got a membrane behind it. I checked it, I took it off, and it's got a very taut, clear membrane. So I thought, and it's so, this van is so clean, I don't know what it was used for, but every time I take something off, there's no rust and it's as clean as anything. I'm so pleased. But this side, there you go, see, there, that's got cavity. So the panels that were on this side has got cavities in, so I had to nip out this morning, and this is what takes the time, I suppose, because I had to wait for the little tool thing that actually gets those, I call them grommets, I don't know what they are, but the black studs off. And of course then today I had to drive to B&Q to go and get the wadding, which I'm actually sat on at the moment, but it's, I call it wadding, don't know what you call it, cladding, wadding, but it's made from, because obviously you don't want to use fiberglass, it's made from recycled plastic bottles, which I'm really pleased about, good for the environment, nice bit of recycling. So I'm going to crack on with that. Oh, sorry. Every time I hear a buzz, I don't know if you heard that. About an hour ago, I was just stood here and I could hear this buzzing really loud. And I thought, oh, what's that? And I looked round and there it is. You know the pillars that go around, the barn doors, the back doors of the van, and they've all got loads of holes in. Well, one of them was near one of the holes, and I sort of, I didn't jump out the van, but I sort of stood there and thought, oh, look, get something. So I picked up a cardboard envelope that I've got, and I was going to go and shoo it away and try and get it out, not get too close. And it crawled into the hole. And for the last 45 minutes, when I say the last 45 minutes, for about 45 minutes, it was buzzing like mad. It would stop and I'd think, oh, is it gone? Then it would start again. At one point, it was so loud, I've actually recorded it. I might put it, you'd have to put the phone to your ear to hear it, but you can hear it. So I may clip it to this. but it was buzzing really loudly for a while. And at one point I thought, is it that, or is there someone over the way strimming or something? So I went outside and stuck my ear to the side of the van. Definitely, it was coming from inside the van, definitely. But for the last half an hour, I would say, there's been nothing. Now it's either very tired, so it's just resting and has gone to sleep or whatever, or it's dead. I think it's too soon for it to die. It's only been in the van probably about an hour and 15 minutes now. So I think it's too soon for it to have died. I think it's just resting. I just hope before I finish this evening, I just hope it starts buzzing again and works its way out. I've been banging on the side of the van, trying to get it to go. I've been doing all sorts, but there's nothing. And I've got no sprays and I've got no, you know, fumigation sprays or anything like that. So sadly, it will have to stay. I just don't want to be using this van next week, and I'm lying here asleep at night, and I'm not going to be able to rest, I know, because it will buzz out while I'm asleep. And it hasn't left, because all the time I've been working on this side and I've been keeping an eye on it, and it would buzz as it was leaving anyway, you know, as it was getting out of the hole. So I'm stuck with a little friend, and what bothers me most is if it is one of these foreign hornets that are around at the moment. I don't know, you know, I can only say it was orange. I can't say whether it was orange and yellow, orange and, I don't know. I just saw this orange but big thing, but that's a bit of an exaggeration, big thing buzzing. So whether it's just a British hornet, but either way you get stung by them. I mean, they're a bit dodgy, and I've never actually been stung before. Oh yes, I have once when I was living in Crete I got stung, but I've never been stung by a bee or anything like that. So fingers crossed it works its way out, or sadly it dies, but that's just the way things are. So that's where we are at the moment. I shall crack on and get this wadding done, and catch up with you later. Hope you're having a good day. Bye. Hi peeps. Oh, look, as glamorous as ever. Honestly, I don't think I know the word glam. Never mind. Today is Sunday, the 14th of July. Let me sort of pop you down a bit there. I'm sat on the back of the van. And yesterday I spent the day putting the panels back. So I've done all the board sound deadening, I've done all the insulation, I've done all the taping, all of that, and I put the panels back yesterday, so that's good. And today I've been painting, all in French sheet paint. I'll show you the colours. Now it might not be to your it's not, I've only done one coat, it's only the first coat, but it's like a sagey green, and the floor is going to be olive. So I'm doing it all in sort of greens, pinks and purples. I'm going to have pictures on the wall. It's going to look like a little cottage inside, she says. It'll look nothing like it, but I've got this image in my head, but how it transfers into the back of the van will probably be totally different. But I've got a name for the van. Because it's a transit, I thought I'd do something with tea. I'm going to call it Tilly Teacup. Tilly Teacup. Oh dear. Oh, I tell you what I did find as well. I've got some decals of little, I've photographed them and attached them, of little cups, you know. They're only in black, they're not sort of all colourful. And I've got one in the window and one in the back. Well, it beats pineapples, doesn't it? And on that note, I'm going to do a little bit more painting. I need to do the top coats now, and speak to you later and show the progress. Bye.